everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. It is Sunday, so I am doing a special broadcast tonight. I have all of my thread left from what we stitched up last week, our little Your Sweet design there. And I want to turn it into a pom-pom. So I'm going to do a special tonight just to play with my new cameras and to see if they work. So if anything looks weird, if you can't hear the sound, please let me know. But I wanted to make sure that we were good to go for tomorrow when we're doing our normal Facebook Live and YouTube Live. So thanks again, you guys. Extra little bonus craft night. We're going to make some pom-poms tonight. So thanks again for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together for about an hour. And tonight, again, is a special night. We are taking my leftover floss from our little embroidery that we did last week, and we will be turning it into cute little pom-poms. This is one of my favorite things to do with extra floss. So, bloop, this is going to turn into this tonight. So thanks again, guys. Let me know how you're doing this Sunday. All right, so here we are. Oh, I see a pile of you popping in. Okay, so happy to see you guys here. Oh, thanks. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me. So far, so good, it sounds like. So, all right, so here is my bin. This is my excess floss bin. So here's my excess floss here. But this is what I store it in. This is from So Sweetness, a So Sweetness pattern. I made it out of just recycled jeans. But in it, I have all my excess floss. So whenever I get done with a project, I just throw it in here. I mean, I have tons of floss on bobbins and all that, but so much that I don't need to put it on more bobbins. I'm just going to turn all these into little pom-poms. So here's my pom-pom maker. I actually keep it right in here. And this is the Clover pom-pom maker. And it is the same size. It's what creates this size pom-pom. So, cute little pom-pom maker like this. Make something this size. So, all right. I want to get cracking on this. Like I said, this is my favorite way to work with floss when I'm done. So this is how it works. We got to pop open. This is the contraption, the Clover maker. So it comes apart like this. You want to put it together on that piston in the middle there, and both sides open up. We're going to actually wind floss around one side, then we're going to flip it this way, wind floss around that side, and then we will cut right in the middle, and that's what's going to make the pom-pom. So let's start off. We are going to just chill here and wind some floss. So I have no rhyme or reason for how I'm going to do this, but I was kind of thinking it would be fun to just put little speckles of black in, have all these rest of the colors we'll just do, but then we could have shorter little bits of the black, just because I thought the black was kind of harsh. Oh, kind of like this. So where we have just little itty bitty speckles here and there. So I thought a fun way to do that might be to let's just snip these and make these a whole pile of short little threads. I'm just gonna cut this right apart, and we'll just deal with whatever size these end up being, and we'll just kind of pepper them throughout. So I'm going to have my separate pile of little black bits, and then the rest we'll just wind around here. So I'm going to just start with a green. This is that fresh basil color. Wow, did I tangle it yesterday? All right, here's an end, and I'm going to just start winding around. So I have no plan for this. We're going to just keep it kind of like an abstract one where it doesn't look like anything. It's just some fun colors together. Oh, so Linda is asking, are you going to start having the pom-poms available in the shop, the pom-pom makers? You know what? I am. So I've been doing this so much lately, and I love it doing it so much that I'm like, I should start having these in the shop. So I actually do have some available. I will try and get that in the shop this week. How about that? So I will let you know when they're up there. And I actually have different sizes, and I haven't played with the other sizes yet. So maybe we can do a little bit of that coming up here. If I don't get them up this week, I'll get them up next week. So I could, I can go back and forth across with the green, but I could also just kind of load it up here. I think I'm going to get a little closer for you guys here. So we'll get a little in here. There, now you can see probably a hair better. This is a little blip on the end here. Get that knot out of there. Okay, that's it for one color. Oh, I was going to pepper in some black. So let's just throw in some black here. This is a long piece it looks like, but we can have a big blotch here. There we go. And now let's just add another color. Let's do more green. So I don't know if the floss that I have here extra is going to be enough to make a pom-pom. So if not, then I'll just get more from my bin here, and that will do. Catherine, yes, so there are different sizes of pom-pom makers. So I actually have 4 different sizes. So they come in sets of 2 and 2 different sizes. So this is kind of like the medium to large. Let's call it large, and then there's like an extra large. Let's call it that. And then so those 2 are together as a set. And then there's like a medium and a small that come together as a set as well. And I think those would work really, really well for embroidery floss, because embroidery floss is so fine that I think those little baby ones will be really, really good. Yeah, I got a little knot here. I want to get that out. I suppose I should pay more attention to not getting all tangled while I'm stitching. I think I got it here. So thanks for joining me. I know this is a little weird tonight, coming in on a Sunday, and late too. This is later than my normal deal. You know what? If I can't get this knot, this is the beauty of this. I don't have to putz around with it. I can just cut off the knot out of here, and we'll just keep wrapping it around. There we go. Let's pepper in another piece of this black. And now let's get the rest of that green. Oh yes, Deborah says she was quite surprised. Quite surprised in here. Okay, so Linda says it sounds good too. Okay, that's what I was wondering, if the sound still works. So I am, if you haven't noticed, I am trying out a new system. And I actually have another camera for the sewing machine, but right now, I'll show it to you guys. There we go. Right now, it is just kind of like a little close-up cam here. But with this camera, you'll be able to see the sewing machine really, really well. I know that's been kind of dark and not great. Let's add a bright color. So I'm excited. I haven't tested it live yet, and I wanted to make sure that it was going to work for us tomorrow. So that's why we're doing it a little bit tonight. And I appreciate you guys popping in. It's always fun to make pom-poms too out of the floss. Oh, there's another knot. You know what? I'm going to snip that knot away because I think that's going to just get in our way later. Because I'm going to actually brush this out. So we have all our 6 strands together still, right? But with the pom-pom, it's all like single strands. So I've actually brushed this with a comb, and that's what makes it just like extra floofy compared to the 6-strand embroidery floss. So that extra floof is done with a brush, and if there's a knot in there, that's going to be difficult. Ooh, here's a little bit more green. Let's pop that in. I love doing this because, you know, all my strands that I have, you know, just 3 strands left, and you know, all my random number of strands, like I might have stitched it, like with this guy at least, you know, we are using single strands of floss, so I have a lot of just, you know, this strand has 4 strands left and this has 3 strands left. Those can go on here just fine. I don't have to wind it back on an embroidery floss bobbin or anything like that and just remember like what strands were on there. I can just use it up right now. And I just, you know, I like making these because I use them on gifts for like gift wrapping. So if I just randomly make a bunch of these with excess floss, I'll have them available for the holidays. So that's coming up real soon here, you guys. Let's get another one of these black ones. So I'm going to probably put more on here, but for now I think I'm going to let that one sit. So this is that first side, and I'm going to start on the second side here. So same deal. This is like one half of the pom-pom, and then this is the other half of the pom-pom. So we got to do that one. Just because I'm kind of running out, so I thought I'd get all the stuff that I have on hand on here first before we add more floss from my bin here. All right, I'm going to get it up a little higher, you guys. I think this is just a bit out of the way. We can try different heights, and you can tell me what you like. If you like the closer, or if you like here, I'd be curious to know. We are playing around tonight. Oh, Gretchen, absolutely. So Gretchen asks if you can use yarn with these. I think they're probably intended to use yarn with. And actually, if you use wool yarn, you can poof it up all nice and felt it. So I'm thinking it's probably much easier with yarn because you can quickly get a lot of poof happening with a lot less spinning around and around, I'm thinking, because it's just thicker. So absolutely, I think they're intended for use with yarn. I think we're just doing something weird with all our embroidery floss. Yeah, I'll just let that piece be. That can be a scrap. Let's get a little snippet of black on here. There'll be like little black flecks throughout, maybe. Let's use this white piece. Oh, here's a tiny bit of red. Let's just, not red, this is that reddish orange. Teeny tiny single strand of it. All right, now let's do this white. Oh, totally. So Catherine says small ones would be cute as ornaments. I love that idea. I was thinking it'd be fun to do a bunch of small ones and make like little garlands out of it, because you could connect them all like this. When you tie them with thread, like we'll have to tie it with thread to hold in the middle, but if you connected a whole pile of these, it would be just like such sweet little garland. Or if you just tied them, you know, like this so that they hang on like another piece of garland, that would be really cute too, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of holiday opportunities with these things, I think. So yeah, I'll get them up in the shop and see. You guys can show me what you're making for the holidays with them. That'd be cool. But yeah, I haven't tried making any with the small ones yet, so I'd like to do that. That'd be a fun finish it Friday one of these days. Even though it's a new project, but it's kind of using up stuff. It'd be using up all of a pile of excess embroidery floss that's hiding out in my bag here. I love just going all random on these though. I think it's just ends up being really cute always. Oh yeah, Nolene says I would use yarn because I don't have a huge floss supply for pom-poms. Totally. I totally recommend that. This is perfect for any scrap yarn you may have or any like it's good for like ugly stuff too. Like if you have a yarn that you just don't like or maybe it's from a bajillion years ago and maybe it's some acrylic or something. You're just not feeling it. Throw it in a pom-pom. I think that's a perfect use for it. Oh, cute! So Jolyn says that the small ones could be cute as zipper pulls on bags. That would be cute. And actually, now that I'm thinking about the small ones, those would be cute as little like trim on pillows and stuff too, like the corners of pillows as a little decorative thing. Tons of uses for them. They're just fun and silly. I have so many scraps on this one. You can see like all the little ends hanging out, but I think that should be fine. We're gonna trim this down eventually. Before I get too far on this, let's add more of this black. I don't want tons of black left over. Let's just wrap a little piece here. Ooh, kind of all over the place here. Tiny little pink piece. But yeah, I used these for gift wrapping last year for the first time, pom-poms, and they just turned out so fun. Oh, I love this. Ooh, it'd be fun to do just white pom-poms with some sparks of like different rainbowy colors in. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I should put tons of white in one of these. Uh-oh, I might be getting a little knot-like here again. So the more you wind on here, the poofier it's gonna be, I think. Like the more dense it'll be. I'm gonna just put what we have on first and see where we're at, but I think I'd like to go around it with some more. Okay, I'm sick of all these little tiny bits here. I'm gonna just get those out of the way. You could put all these little teeny tiny fuzzles on here, but meh, they're just getting in my way. I hear fuzzles. Okay, now we just got our little black pieces. Let's throw one of those on again. I guess I'm almost out of the black pieces. Fuzzles everywhere. Let's get more of this white. So I am trying to make this side the same bulkiness, the same thickness as the other side. I don't think we're there yet. I think we're fine. And I do potentially want to add more to all of it, just to make them extra poofy. I got enough scraps in that bin, so I think we'll be fine. I'm good at adding more scraps too. Oh man, I'm just not pulling these right. Alright, I got a fuzzle caught in it. The fuzzle's causing a knot, I think. There we go. Or it's helping in knot world. I suppose this is the one thing about using scraps is that you gotta deal with knots and all that. This would be easier if I was using a ball of yarn and just pulling from the center of the ball or something. That'd be much easier. Make sure to get these edges. I kind of find this actually surprisingly time consuming. It would be much less time consuming with yarn for sure. Alright. That's a long enough fuzzle that I can use it. Fuzzle. This is getting covered in fuzzles. let's add a little piece of black in. I'm hoping this black just looks like little speckles. We'll see. All right, let's throw this yellow over the top. This seems like it's getting kind of thick now. Yay, I'm so happy you guys came to hang out with me tonight. I know this is spur of the moment and at a weird time and a weird day, but I'm having fun. One last little project for the weekend. Okay, I think that's looking good. I actually think maybe this guy could use some more. Oh, we got little bits. Yeah, let's use what we have left here. We got a few little black bits. Use all those up. Yeah, I think I need to put more on this one. So I think I am going to get just a little bit more out of my bin. We'll cover up all these little guys that are hanging out here. Do I really need to put this one strand on? I guess I am. Alright, fuzzles out of the way, and let's get a little bit more out of here. I think, like, this red is close. Let's just put more red in. Let's do that. This red was on top. We'll just cover the whole thing in more red. It doesn't really matter which way you spin, so if you're more comfortable going the other direction, then that's fine. Just want to make sure that it's as thick down here as it is in the middle. Yeah, this side's a little light, it looks like. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Kathy says, I don't have cable, so your things are my favorite thing to watch. That's awesome. Yep, I watch a lot of internet stuff for sure. Alright, I think that's looking good on this side. I'm going to just add a little bit of red on the other side, because why not? So you can always add more. Oh, now I've tied this into a knot. You think I'd be good at undoing all this floss stuff? Oh yeah, here it's a little light. I kind of get it in the middle quite a bit, so I'm kind of missing these little side edges. We'll just get a bunch right here, and then I think we'll call it a day. Alright, so I'm going to just close this up, and so here is our Pom-Pom looking kind of crazy. It's going to be fun though. I'm excited to see the colors be revealed. So, alright, next up, we are going to cut in that groove on both sides. So I need my really nice scissors. You're going to want like as sharp as you can get here. So I'm going to use my big ol' dressmaker Kai scissors. This cuts the best out of all my scissors. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going right in the middle here. I'm going to leave it closed. Let's go from this side. You just got to get in there. There's kind of like a little groove. I missed a little one here. There we go. Ah, fun. All right, so there you can see the groove. That's what I was just cutting into. So same thing on this side. Now don't open it. We got to leave it all up, closed. Oh, I should have saved a little bit of thread. I'm going to have to get more thread to tie this. Ooh, they're starting to pop out the different colors. Fun. This is where we make a mess too. So keep that in mind. I'm going to just shake these guys out and we're going to put them in the corner because I'm going to make a huge mess right about now. Oh, and if you guys didn't get the Your Sweet bundle yet, you got a couple more days. It is almost September here, so I think I missed one here. Our August embroidery of the month will be done with pretty soon here. All right, next I need, let's just use this. I need a thread to go through the middle to tie these together. Because right now, all these are loose, and the only thing holding it right now is the pom-pom maker. So I'm going to just get a length of thread. This will also be the thread that's the kind of extra. You can trim this to the same size as everything else if you don't want the extra. I kind of just keep it extra in case I want to tie it onto something. It makes it easy. So I'm just going to tie, let's just grab a piece like that. Throw it back in the bin. And all right, now I'm going to go around the outside with this. So I'm just going in that groove all the way around. So all the way around. And you can come up at any spot, but I'm going to actually pull. So by pulling, if you see this side, okay, I'm going to pull. There, it all goes to the center. So my thread is all to the center here now. And I'm pulling it tight. And now I'm going to tie a knot as tight as I can. So I'm going to tie a knot going this way, and then I'm going to tie it coming back. Let's loop it around twice maybe this time. So you could use a different thread here, like if you want sewing thread or something like that, but I just use more embroidery floss and hope it gets tight enough. All right. That's it, and now we can break it out of its cage here. So I'm going to just open the poofs, open the sides. There's one, and then let's open this other side. Okay, and now, like I showed you at the beginning how these are separated, you actually have to pull these apart. Oop, there we go. So that's the piece. I'm going to just put it back together. That's it for him, and this is what it looks like when it comes out. So it's kind of this flat pancake. I suppose I could have tied that a bit tighter. You can see through the middle, but what I'm going to do now is just kind of grab it from the center and just give it a little shake. All the little extra bits will come out. Kind of crazy, but there, now you can start to see it. What I'm going to do now is just give it a little bit of a trim, just like a basic trim, and then I want to brush it out before I get too far. So just get rid of those extras. All right, anywhere where you can see, long pieces, just trim it away. You can actually trim quite a bit. The more you trim, like the closer to the center that you trim, like towards the most center area, the more it will get denser and denser, and that actually is really pretty looking. But you could actually change the shape of this now. Like if you wanted more of an oval shape, you just keep carving away at it until it's like an oval shape. But all right, so what we're going to do now, look at all this. We're going to have even a bigger mess coming up here. But what we want to do now is I want to get it nice and like this is just so shiny and all the strands are separated. Let's give this a little poof up. Shake it up. There. Now it looks poofy. But see how you can kind of see in the middle here and you can see each of the individual strands still? I want it to look more like this. So more of like a poof. So what I'm going to do is I have my little brush here, so you can use whatever brush you want, but this works well because it has all these little, spiky guys in there, and we're just gonna brush this. And what we're gonna do, what we're doing by doing this is separating all our strands of floss. It's kind of wacky. I am still holding the center here just to kind of hold it tight and gives me, it's hard to hold pile of floof. So if I can hold the center here, that's good. And I'm kind of trying to brush the center together so I don't see where we tied it anymore. But you can already see it's kind of, the threads are separating and they're blending together a little bit more. It's so silly. These are so fun. They're so dumb and silly. I like them. So I didn't tie it all that tight, so I think I am kind of pulling out some pieces. I'm being kind of aggressive here, but it's going to be fine. There are plenty pieces there yet. So we are just giving it a little comb. And the more you do this, the more the strands will separate. Give it a little floof up every once in a while to check it out. Oh, it is looking so cool. We still got tons of, little extra boops coming out of it. We'll take care of those, but let's shake it up again. We can still kind of see the middle there. Let's kind of keep brushing it a little bit. But I think that's pretty good. I think we got separated pieces there. Let's just go do like a final haircut. And then I think we got ourselves a pom-pom. But here's where you can make the decision, do I like the size of this? Do I want it smaller? Because we could, like this, I could just start going in and carving it down. Like now I'm just making it a smaller and smaller poof by cutting more than just the extra pieces off. I'm cutting the actual shape. And you really can carve it. You can really just kind of carve it to the shape you want. Ooh, that's looking good on the sides doing that. So, and the more you get down to the center, the more like solid the poof is going to look. And I know that's like a nice look that people like, is that nice solid poof. You're never going to get it super solid, I don't think, with the embroidery floss, but the more you get closer to the center, the more it will have that effect. Kind of at a weird angle. Let's go up like this. So if you need some practice on your hair cutting skills, make some pom-poms, I guess. Give it a shake every once in a while. A little off the top there. All right, I'm liking them. Let's give them another little final shake. Look at our crazy mess. It's so dusty now, too. All the floofs. All the floofs. But there we go. We got another little pom-pom to go with the collection. So, remember last time we did this, we tried to make a design in it too. So this one is from last time. We tried to make a rainbow on this side and a cloud on this side. I don't know how successful we were, but it was still fun to do. But my favorites are just doing these little random ones, and it's fun when it's like a lot of the same color and switching it up. So we got my Christmas decorating started now, I guess. All right, you guys. Let's turn you around again here. All right. So thanks so much. This is the size that it ends up being. They are just so fun. I love making these out of all this extra floss, and now it's gone. I don't have to worry about that floss anymore. It has transformed into something else. It's not garbage. It's not excess. It's not another thing that I have to be like, oh man, what do I do with that extra floss? This will be on a Christmas present, or maybe like a Christmas stocking, or some sort of something. At some point, I just kind of collect them, and at some point we'll use them. And that's what's fun about it. So thanks again, you guys, for this random little join in tonight. I know this was a little out of the usual, but I thanks for hanging out with me again and letting me test my new setup here. I appreciate it a bunch. So thanks again. If you end up making some pom-poms, let me know. And I will put these makers in the shop real soon here, and we'll test out those smaller sizes. I'm excited to see what those look like. So thanks again, guys. Have a great evening.